Words of Radiance, oh my god, the absolute best book. Like, I know this is a reread, but even on the 4th reread, it still slaps. Like, it's just moments, it's incredible, it's just amazing. I'm going to give a brief summary of my spoiler-filled review, and it's holy fucking shit the whole time through the book. Holy fucking shit every single time. Do you know why I think it's a holy fucking shit book? Because of promises and payoff, and the payoff slaps every single time. Sanderson does the payoff for everything he leads up, especially with Kaladin. Like, Kaladin, you are worried about Kaladin, you're worried about Syl, because, oh my god, he's getting what he wants, he's getting out of his problem of being a slave, but then there's things in his past that are creeping up that are making him make bad decisions, and you're there and you want him to kind of make these bad decisions, right? You kind of do, but then also you kind of don't, because of the consequences of making these bad decisions. And the evil people, are they really evil? The antagonists, I'm going to call them evil, because to be fucking fair, I cannot stand Thaddeus at all. Amaran is marginally better. But both of them, oh my god, no. And what they're doing and knowing, that is me the whole time. And then you have, right off the bat, Shallan's chapters slap, right? I do not get the Shallan hate. I love her. And I love the journey she went on in this book, because it was just amazing. It literally, her whole arc and everything that's going on, even with her flashback chapters, I prefer them to Kaladin's one that was in Way of Kings. Because holy fucking shit, Shallan really grew as a person. What she was like under Yasna was just, I loved it. But then early on, something happens and you're like, holy fucking shit. And you're like, what's going to happen? And then she starts coming into her own. She starts becoming her scholarly self. She starts growing on her own. I love it. Absolutely love it. Then you have Dalinar. Dalinar. Like, from somebody, like, when I first read the series, I was mid on him. To be fair, especially in book 1, I was mid. Then he comes across in Words of Radiance, and you are like, ooh, okay. At least I was. What he was doing, the strength it takes to stand by what he believes, even though everybody else around him is trying to ridicule him, takes some balls, man. Absolutely takes some balls. And everything that happens, he had kind of a bigger role, but kind of not of a bigger role in this book. He kind of just went on the whole, like, continuing being who he is, while also trying to listen to the visions, which is interesting, and having people believe him about the visions, and trying to navigate the politics, while also knowing Thaddeus, being an eel that he is out there to try and undermine him at every single moment. And then we have the fight. Oh my god, if you want to learn how to write a fight scene, read this book, because holy fucking shit. There are 2 explicit fight scenes in these books stand out to me. One is like 3/4-ish, halfway through the book, which involves Kaladin, Dalinar and Adolin, which, actually, correction, there's 3, not 2. Learning and knowing, and also learning about the magic system more during that fight scene is incredible. But then you have, honor is dead, but I'll see what I can do. Oh my god, that moment, I was screaming, almost silently screaming at work, right? Do you know what? I was silently screaming more at work and on the way home, like cheering in the fucking car like a madwoman. Thank god it was dark when I was driving home, because people would be like, what the fuck are you doing? The last battle. Especially the last bit where Kaladin just, I'm gonna jump into spoilers now, okay? Right, spoilers. The moment Kaladin says the second ideal, I almost screamed. This whole book is the embodiment of literally me screaming and cheering the whole way through for Kaladin, for Dalinar, mainly for Kaladin, because almost losing Syl, and then realising the decision he was making is wrong, that he won't be able to sleep at night because of it, even though he disagrees with everything that Elikaris does because he's a terrible king, and going, this is not right, and standing up each time. He's crippled, he's almost dying. Moash, you Moash lovers, I do not know why, because he was willing to try and kill Kaladin from this book. How can you sympathise or even like him? Because he tried to kill Kaladin. Even he says it in this book. I can't believe I tried to kill Kaladin. Yes, you absolute bitch. Oh my god. But that moment that he said the words and still was like, hold out your hand, Kaladin. Well, hold out your sharp blade. Bush. Oh, learning. Also, like, that showing us what the magic system is just... I could eat this up. I could literally eat this up. There are so many good moments in this. Like, mainly Kaladin's journey. I mean, I know this is technically like Shallan's book, and her journey is fine, and the revelation that she killed her mother was just pff. And even though her father is an absolute disgrace of a being, was keeping that secret for her, redeems him a little bit, but it makes you understand why he did everything that he did, and it tore her family apart because her mother tried to kill her because she was radiant. And oh my god, this book, I have not read anything like this book, right? I have not. Nothing can compare to this because of everything that went on, the promises and the payoffs that he made. And the more we learn about the magic system, the countdown, the absolute countdown to the end. And then learning, like, Parchment being Voidbringers. R'lain revealing he was a spy the whole time. Loved that shit. And then, contain yourself. I can't contain myself. The glowing eyes, that battle on the end of the scene, like the end of the book, the big battle, and everything's relying on Shallan. Shallan revealing who she is. Dalinar realising, you, Adolin going, not you too. She's like, what, can you fly too? What? All of it coming together and just revealing all the secrets that we, the reader, know, but everybody else doesn't know. And then they figure it out, and we're like, yes, screaming and cheering and crying. It was just absolutely incredible, especially like when Kaladin grabbed Dalinar and like saved him. It's like, bitch. And then that fight scene with Szeth and him realizing, no, I am truthless, because obviously Taravangian lied to him, and that's why he tried to keep Kaladin away from Szeth, so Szeth could still kill Dalinar, and then that failed. And then Kaladin coming in, saving it, riding the storms, the Stormfather not liking Kaladin because he almost killed Syl. And still riding the winds, learning his powers. How Syl, the magic system of this, how she can just anticipate and know Kaladin so well to change what he wants. So and it was still like a close fight, like with Szeth to that. And the moment that Szeth just gave up and just decided, yeah, I'll break the bond of the honor blade and I'll die, wanting to die, and then obviously one of the heralds finds him, is so heartbreaking for Szeth. I really do feel for him, like I really do. But that was just incredible. And do you know what made me fall in love with Adolin? Absolutely head over heels over Adolin. Like, I'd pick Adolin over Kaladin all day long, and I'm as asexual as you will come across. He killed Sadeas. That moment when I literally have that as my lock screen on my phone. It's like one of my favourite scenes. It's my lock screen on my phone. That moment, and he's sitting there, literally went, that's it, and just stabbed him in the eye. Yep, that's exactly what he deserved. Exactly what Sadeas deserves. Because I always keep thinking, like, what generally would the story have been like if Sadeas had lived and he kept undermining Dalilah? This big fight going on, like all of that happening, it would be a different book. It would be, oh my god. But the fact that Adolin just went, nope, killed him, didn't even think, spare at the moment, wounded wrist and everything, and went, fuck you, yes. That is slightly questionable to me, that as soon as somebody murders someone, I'm like, yeah, come here. It's weird. I never said I had good taste. So, so many good moments in this. So many good moments in this book. Like, don't get me wrong. Each of these books, they are building up to something the whole way through. And it's, I can understand why people struggle with it. Because, like, for most of it, you can be a little bit like, where's this going? Like, can we, you know, it's been so long. Has anything really... I never felt like that. I've always loved it from the start. Like, especially when you open this book, compared to Way of Kings, you open this book and straight away, Jasna, apparently dead. And obviously then she comes back at the end of the book, which is the perfect epilogue. I loved Harold and Wit's banter. Honest to God, those two, like, I'm going to have more thoughts on them as we go through the books. But, starting on that, Shallan gathering fucking gas. Deserters, and having them be her people, change their minds, save them. What she did to Tin, revealing that she had a shard blade that we obviously thought was not Pattern, but it obviously was. Learning all about that, her going into the war camps and revealing herself, telling all this, and that move with Sabriel, like, I love Sabriel and Pelona. Like, they have got to be one of my favourite characters because they're just like, I just want to drink and have a load of fun, and just to say that and see the look on this other High Prince's face was worth everything. Love him. Love that mood. Honest to God, I do love that mood. But everything in this book is obviously leading up to what could be the bigger issue, what these books, at least the first 5, are genuinely about, and that is incredible. And he did it in this many pages. I almost was kind of like, I want more of this. I want more of people becoming Radiance, learning and taking and making a decision, changing their mind, ascending when the consequences were almost really bad, and then like the Dune, the honour is dead, but I'll see what I can do. Do I want that tattooed on my arm? Maybe. Because holy shit. And then Adolin, Kaladin, like, honest to that second-hand anxiety I always get, because I don't like being wrong in anything, is knowing what Kaladin's going to do. And you go, Kaladin, don't. Kaladin, obviously you're still going to do it, right? And for my boon! And Ellicott having a hissy fit, again, terrible king, having an absolute hissy fit about it all is... I was reading it as I'm mucking out on the yard, like, because the anxiety. But honest to God, holy fucks. I used to think Will of the Many was my favourite book. Now I'm starting to think, is this my favourite book? I'm going to have to read them both back to back and decide, because it's a close fucking thing. Because this is obviously my favourite book in the Storylight Archive. I will guarantee you, depending on Wind and Truth, but I'm pretty confident this is still going to be up there, because holy shitballs. Nothing has torn emotions from me as much as this book. Like, every time I reread it, the 4th time rereading it, I'm still sitting there in the sidelines like I'm in a stadium, screaming my ass off, cheering for the characters, Kaladin, Shallan, figuring everything out, Adolin, oh my god, even like everything. Just tears the whole way through this book, honest to God. And honestly, Renarin, reading through, I can see the little trickly things that Brandon Sanderson was putting through this book. for Renarin, the foreshadowing, and I'm so curious what's going to happen to him. I'm so curious. This has been one of the most unhinged reviews I've ever done on this book, because honest to God, I'm just unhinged about this book. Like this book. There are so many good moments in this book. So many good moments. Like learning just everything. Like Kaladin defeating a chasm fiend without his powers, using Shallan's Sharblade pattern. You what? He was injured, didn't have Still, and he still managed to do that. This guy, man, this Stormian guy is just... But the thing how Brandon Sanderson writes, he doesn't come across as like he can do anything and defeat everything, right? He doesn't fall into that cliche of he will always defeat the bad guy. He always makes you think that something bad could happen, that he may not get out of this or something. And the bad thing with Still, what's happening with Still, we don't know what's happening with Still if you're reading it for the first time. Obviously I fucking knew. And to do that and still make me care and still make me every time, even in the reread, I still care as much as I cared when I first read it. That is craft. That is amazing. That is incredible. If you gave me a book to do a presentation on for an hour, no lie, I could talk everyone's arse off about this book, because holy fuckballs, this is one of the best of fantasy ever. The best book ever. I believe it's the highest rated book on Goodreads. It's amazing. It is absolutely incredible. I am taking a small break for Oathbringer because I want to finish Rhythm of War the moment Wind and Truth drops. Because obviously I know the ending of Rhythm of War. If you know, you know. But let me know, is Words of Radiance your favourite Stormlight Archive book, as it is for so many? Do you agree with my points on the promise and payoff? Discuss everything down below. If you haven't read Words of Radiance yet, what are you doing? Prepare for your life to be changed and go read it. Anyway, I will see you in a different video, and I will catch up again with Oathbringer when I get to my reread of that, because